The rate has been dropping for almost a decade, which would seem to indicate the economy is strong and that things are going well in the labor market. The issue, there are more jobs than there are people in the tri-state area. There are crews currently at the wastewater center waiting to see if this dye flows through that center. They've got a really unique way of using that old pavement. They're using it as a base for new construction projects all along I-29. A shot in the dark may happen at any moment, and the guys here at RevTech are ready to equip you with the correct training. Traffic is being rerouted up to Wesley Parkway. That's right. I am chilling at the top of the hill waiting for everyone to show up because right at 6 o'clock, everyone's going to be lining up to come sled down Cone Park. 10, all right. They say anytime is the right time to start your fitness journey. That's why people are hitting the gym before New Year's Day. They've set up 5 blinds all across the golf course with decoys surrounding them to catch the geese. You see them on the side of the road, more often with a sign asking for money.
Panhandling does cause us a lot of issues.
It's not just the panhandling itself, but the after effects.
But we get called on it every single day, multiple times a day. People will call in on them, and we will send somebody every single time to try to push them along, keep them out of the roadway.
This can take sometimes an hour each call, and if they are intoxicated, they either have to take them to jail or the hospital. The homeless population is close to 700 people in the Siouxland area, and the local homeless shelter, the Gospel Mission, has seen a recent increase lately.
This year, we have been full more than we ever have.
It's not just homeless that are panhandling. According to one of the local panhandlers, some of them have jobs, but they still ask for money because they can make up to $200 a day.
I've got to go to work tomorrow. Today, gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, I was about to say, so you have a job, and this is what you do on your off days?
I have to do what I have to do. Yeah, no matter what. Yeah, I broke my wrist, so yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do.
We've even stopped in the past, offered them some jobs to make some money. They never show. They're doing it for other reasons, other than being homeless, as their signs try to tell us.
Once the panhandlers receive cash, what is the money being spent on?
According to the people that stay here, those people, the vast majority of them, there's always exceptions, but the vast majority of them are doing it as a way to earn money for drugs or alcohol.
This money is strictly going to feeding their habit, which is generally going to be someone with alcohol issues. That leads to bigger issues for us. I've come across people with $50 in their pocket, okay? They're generally walking to the liquor store or to one of the local bars with that money, and then we're dealing with them after the fact. It's
an issue that Sioux City Council has tried to combat in a number of ways, but say their hands are tied.
The Supreme Court has ruled that it is their freedom of speech. They are allowed to be there on the corner, and there's nothing we can really do it. They're not breaking any laws.
Some states are creating ordinances making it illegal to hand out money to panhandlers, trying to get around the First Amendment freedom of speech. Is that an issue for Sioux City right now?
You don't want to encourage that behavior by giving them any money, but it's also difficult, if they are really down and out and people want to be supportive.
You can't know everyone's situation just by reading a sign. City officials are saying that you can do something else instead of giving them your spare change.
We don't want you passing out money. If you feel like you want to help them out, there's lots of local charities. Until you can take them out of that everyday scenario, things are not going to change.
They believe there is something else fueling their desire to ask for money.
I think we have a mental health issue. We have an alcohol abuse issue.
It's a tough world to escape. Once they get into the drugs and alcohol, it's sad sometimes to just see they can't shake it.
The city is actively discussing a possible panhandling ordinance.
If we continue to work together to address some of these things, I think then it will see a real win-win. But unfortunately, at this point in time, it is one of those frustrating things that we're going to continue to see and continue to deal with.
In Sioux City, Taylor Deckert, Siouxland News. Students holding signs against racism gathered this morning on the grounds of Denison High School. Many feel like the language used by Crystal Holt was offensive.
I don't agree with that kind of behavior and teachers and stuff. We don't expect it from them. We expect them to be more mature.
It hurt me because I have friends, I have people around my life who were offended by that. And that's why I felt the need that I had to say something about it.
Saying it was targeting people of color.
I myself, I am Hispanic. I have lived with racism most of my life. It wasn't right for her to say that.
We stand firmly behind this belief.
Parents there supporting the students say they were not notified of the incident.
Nothing was sent home. No calls, no emails stating, hey, this is what's going on.
But they are standing with their children for the protests.
Way to go. You know, they proved a point. At least I hope they did.
The organizers say they're working towards a range of goals with their protest.
I hope that this proves a point to all the teachers that when we say that we're going to do something, that we will do something. We will take matters into our own hands.
The superintendent commented during the protest and said,
"We're working on the investigation at this time, and so until we finish our investigation, that there isn't anything else we can comment on at this point."
That investigation not enough for some of the students, saying action needs to be taken.
I personally would like her fired because school is supposed to be a safe place and where you feel at home. And with her around, I don't feel safe. I don't feel at home. I feel like I'm being discriminated for who I am.
They hope to have an impact not only on the school, but on the community as a whole.
If we have to end racism, we have to make it big and we have to make an impact on people's lives.
The school has not yet released an official statement referring us to their Facebook post on the issue Friday. We've also reached out to Holt for a comment, but have not gotten a response. 365 days have come and gone in 2019, and within those 525,600 minutes of the year, there have been moments that people in Siouxland won't ever forget. We took a pad and a marker to give Siouxlanders the chance to write down their best moments of 2019.
The best thing happened to me is I got into a different business. I work from home now. My wife retired. She's happy. Got a new dog. Everything's good.
People were reminiscing on retirement, vacations, adoptions, and family. What is the best thing that happened to you in 2019?
We had our first grandson on February 25th.
And the best title he received this year?
Poppy.
Poppy, I love that. Celebrations were had as titles were won.
Last Saturday I was in Louisiana and I saw the Mustangs bring home the national championship.
And how did that feel?
Awesome.
Causing a proud mom moment for her.
My son is a coach, defensive coordinator.
Oh, well, that's awesome. How proud were you to see
very,
him?
Very.
Oh. And it also marked new beginnings and inspiring moments.
I met an NFL football player named Cousin Daniels, and I have the same disability as him. He's blind in one eye, and I'm visually impaired.
Encouraging her as she goes into the new year.
It was cool and to know that people with disabilities can do great things.
Wishing everyone in Siouxland
Happy New Year!
In Sioux City, Taylor Deckert, Siouxland News.